Hi, this is Saranya from KIT Kalangar Karnanidhi Institute of Technology, Coimbatore. Today we are going to see the topic wireless threads. Wireless threads come in all shapes and sizes from someone attaching to your web. That means wireless access point without authorization to grabbing packets out of the air and decoding them via a packet sniffer. Many wireless users have no idea what kinds of danger they face merely by attaching a web to their wired network. This section discusses the most common threats faced by adding a wireless component to your network. The airborne nature of WLAN transmission opens your network to intruders, and attacks them can come from any direction. WLAN traffic travels over radio waves that the walls of a building cannot completely constrain. Although employees might enjoy working on their laptops from a grassy spot outside the building, intruders and would-be hackers can potentially access the network from the parking lot or across the street using the Bengal scan antenna. So here the hacking 802.11, there are attacks are divided into two types classified. Passive attacks and then active attacks. Passive attacks means eavesdropping and then traffic analysis. And then active attack, under which we are going to see what are the replay, masquerade, modification of message and denial of service. At first we are going to see what is active attack. Active attack are unauthorized actions that alter the system or data. In an active attack, the attacker will directly interfere with the target to damage or gain unauthorized access to computer systems and networks. This is done by injecting hostile code into communications, masquerading as another user, or altering data to get unauthorized access. This may include the injection of hostile code into communications, alteration of data, and masquerading as another person to get unauthorized access. So here the attackers, what they are doing, they are creating some unwanted codes and then they are acting, masquerading just as like the real user and then hacking our data. So types of active attacks are as follows. So masquerade attack, modification of messages, and the next repetition, replay attack, and denial of service attack. At first, a masquerade attack. Masquerade attacks are considered one type of cyber attack in which the attacker disguises himself to pose as some other person and accesses systems or data. It could either be impersonating a legal user or system and demanding other users or systems to provide information with sensitive content or access areas that are not supposed to be accessed normally. This may even include behaving like an actual user or even some common component of the system with the intention of manipulating people to give out their private information or allowing them into secure locations. So the attacker begins himself as an impersonator. He is showing the access and then authorities and as a real user, actual user, and then he is masquerading and then getting attacked, getting supposed to attack other people. This is commonly known as cyber attack. They are acting like an actual user and then making the opponent or the user at the other end to believe that they are the actual user and then getting the data by masquerading from other end. So this is known as the masquerade attack. And there are several types of masquerading attacks including username and password masquerade. In this masquerade attack, a person uses either stolen or even forged credentials to authenticate themselves as a valid user while gaining access to a system or application. This is the common thing that we are seeing in our real life today. In many banks and then ATM machines, the persons are masquerading by using some credentials and then hacking their passwords, username, and then they are doing the attacks. And then IP address masquerade. This is an attack where the IP address of a malicious user is spoofed or forged such that the source from which the system or application is accessed appears to be trusted. So they are using the same IP address. They are masquerading the IP address and then make the people at the other end to believe that they are the trusted end user. And the next, website masquerade. A hacker creates a fake website that resembles as a legitimate one in order to gain user information or even download malware. So some people will create a website, masquerade website. So Amazon is giving this much a deal. You will win a cell phone. You will win a laptop. If you click this link, you can win such amazing prizes. This is a festival offer. Like that, people will masquerade the website same as that of Amazon, and then they will collect the common details of the people, and then they will hack their personal data from the mobile phones. This is one type of website masquerade. Email masquerade. This is an email masquerade attack through which an attacker sends an apparently trusted source email so that the recipient can mistakenly share the sensitive information or download the malware. So trusted source means from bank we are giving messages, or they will be that the masqueraders will give the messages or mails. They will send the mails like trusted banks. We are so and so from this bank. You kindly fill your information. We need to check your KYC. Like that, they will send some fake emails. Through that, they will get the sensitive data, and then they will do the attacks. Or they will ask you to download something from the given mail. Once you downloaded, your system got hacked, and then all your data will be corrupted by that person. This is known as the email masquerade. So here a simple diagram is given for the understanding. So here actually 2n, in the 2n, at the one end Lily, another end John, they are in conversation with, there will be a conversation between them. Now what this Bob will do, this Bob will act like a Lily, and then he will pretend to be Lily, and then he will send some fake messages to John. So modification of messages. This is when someone changes the part of a message without permission or mixes up the order of messages to cause the trouble. Imagine someone secretly changing a letter you send, making it say something different. This kind of attack breaks the trust in the information being sent. For example, a message meaning allow John to read confidential file X is modified as allow Smith to read confidential file X. So a single word is changed. The name, particular name is changed in this message. The attacker just changed it. And that file should be read by John. But what is the change done there? Smith to read the confidential file X. So Smith is not in the message. His name is not in the message. But the attacker is influencing Smith to read the file X by changing the message during transit. This is known as the modification of messages. So see here, Lily and then John are in configuration. Lily and John are in communication. Now Bob pretends like Lily, and what he sends the message, Bob modifies the message and sends to John. So Bob is a masquerader or hacker here. Reputation. Reputation attacks are a type of cyber attack wherein some person does something damaging online, such as financial transaction, or sends a message one does not want to send, then denies having done it. Such attacks can seriously hinder the ability to trace down the origin of the attack or to identify who is responsible for a given action, making it tricky to hold responsible the right person. So in the reputation, in the financial transaction, or to send a message one does not want to send, the denies having done it. So or type of cyber attack. This is a cyber attack, something damaging the online. So confidential messages are damaged through the online. And the next, replay. It is a passive capturing of a message with an objective to transmit it for the protection of an authorized effect. Thus, in this type of attack, the main objective of an attacker is saving a copy of the data that was originally present on that particular network and later on uses it for personal uses. Once the data gets corrupted or leaked, it becomes an insecure and unsafe tool for its user. Replay means once a message is sent from one user to another end user, that particular message was corrupted. So that particular message does not reach the other end. Once if they need that particular data, they will use that corrupted data at that particular time to get the confidential messages. So this is known as the replay. And then here Lily and John are in communication. So what this Bob does, captures the message and resend it to multiple times. And the next, denial of service attack. Denial of service is a form of cyber security attack that involves denying the intended users of the system or network access by flooding traffic or requests. In this DOS attack, the attacker floods a target system or network with traffic or requests in order to consume the available resources such as bandwidth, CPU, cycles, or memory, and prevent the legitimated users from accessing them. So they are making the traffic and then asking more number of requests and then making the network the traffic to cause some delay and do some cyber attacks. And then there are several type of DOS attacks including flood attacks and then amplification attacks. So now we are going to see what is flood attacks. An attacker sends such a large number of packets or requests to a system or network that it cannot handle them all and the system gets crashed. So when we keep on sending more and more number of messages in a particular network, what there will be some flooding of the messages will happen. That means more number of messages will be stagnant and then flooding will occur. So we cannot able to send the reply on time. So the system get crashed. This is one type of flooding attacks. Amplification attacks. In this category, the attacker increases the power of an attack by utilizing another system or network to increase the traffic, then directs it all into the target to boost the strength of the attack. So this is known as the amplification attacks. So these are all about the wireless threats. Thank you. We will meet in our next class. Thank you.